What's up, boys? I wanted to make a video of killing every story-based / endgame boss in Isaac without any items. After the first fight, I realized this was going to be a way bigger project than I originally thought. So I decided to focus on one boss per video. My goal is to beat the boss of each video with no items at all. I think it's pretty obvious that it's possible to beat most bosses without items, but I figured this would be a good chance to do a deep dive into each of the boss's mechanics and to get to know more about the niche aspects of the boss that you don't think about often. That, and I wanted to challenge myself with an endurance test. Restarting to get good items has given me brain rot and made me bad at the game, so I thought this would be good practice along with a cool accomplishment. For this one, I started with the first boss that made me realize this challenge was going to be a lot harder than I thought: Mom. Isaac! I thought Isaac's tears would be doing a reasonable amount of damage to her, but boy was I wrong.
Hell no.
She has about 650 health, so Isaac's 3.5 damage takes forever to get her down. I'd have to hit her almost 200 times while dealing with all the enemies that she spawns, which often leads to 0 time to attack her before the next ones spawn in. I always thought that shooting her in her eyes did more damage, but in my testing for the video, I found out that she always takes the same amount of damage wherever you shoot her. The edges of the room are constantly dangerous since Mom can choose to stick out her hand to grab Isaac seemingly at the worst times, so I try to stay around the center as much as possible. If you get a room with a lot of rocks, it can severely limit your movement and lead you to trap yourself at a more intense moment of the fight. Bitch. I originally thought going for a room with the least amount of rocks would be the best option so I could move more freely, but that ended up changing later. Mom's stomp attack constantly keeps you moving and was updated in the Repentance DLC to do contact damage even if you just walk into her leg after the stomp. This exponentially increased the difficulty of this fight. Fuck. Since my damage was so low, Mom's stomping attack did actually end up helping a lot in dealing with the enemies that she spawned in that had higher health or were harder to hit. I debated fighting a champion version of Mom for this challenge, like the red version that doesn't spawn enemies and gives you a lot more chances to attack her, but I thought it would be a cop-out to make it easier like that, so I decided to only do the base version of the boss for this video. Mom is supposed to stop spawning enemies when 3 are on the screen, but if the attack comes out, it's possible to spawn 4 at a time. This shit sucks when it happens because the enemies are the hardest part of the fight. Whenever she spawns enemies, it comes from this pool. I split them up depending on how they behave during the fight. There's the shooters, hard chasers, soft chasers, and the neutral enemies. I originally thought that getting 3 neutral enemies to spawn would be the best course of action since they should be easier to avoid, but their sporadic movement ended up causing more trouble than I thought. After some testing and a lot of runs, I figured out that getting these floating heads to spawn on one side can make for a safer fight as long as you don't have a douchebag neutral enemy pushing them into the center of the room.
You fucking bitch.
So my plan was to abuse the mechanics of this fight to make the only stationary enemies spawn in the same place 3 times and to keep them alive while I dealt with Mom. If I could keep them covered by some rocks that spawn in the room, I could manipulate their range even more and make for an easier fight. I could also have Mom's foot break the rocks on the side without enemies, so half the room has more room for movement and half the room shield me from danger. Most runs went, not great.
Fuck. Everything she fucking Fuck.
I was praying for the good monster spawns and blasting funk music to wake me up, and I finally got this run.
Oh, this could be it. Oh, this could be it. Oh, this could be it. Ow, fuck.
Oh my god. Come on, bro. Lock in.
Lock in. I'm locked in. Huge.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Oh.
And boss rush.
And boss rush. Do that with.
Now go do boss rush. You know what?
I never asked this, but subscribe, please. I'm begging you.